Hi everyone, my name is Monica Wharton and I am the District Student Assistance Program Specialist. I am currently splitting my time between Amador Valley High School and Foothill High School. And two areas that I'll be focusing on in this new position is student wellness and wellness at PUSD, as well as peer-to-peer support programs. So this year at Foothill, I'll be helping support the Peer Advocates Program. This is PUSD's main website. And if you navigate to Student and Parents, you'll find the PUSD Wellness tab. So if you click on that, that takes you to this wellness website where we have all kinds of information and resources for both students and their families. So there are parent resources that parents can access, anything from COVID resources to a variety of wellness topics, wellness apps. We've actually selected some of our favorite apps that both parents and students can download onto their smart devices. Most of these are free. Some do have some in-app features that do have a fee associated with them. We have student resources for both elementary and secondary. Wellness at PUSD just highlights the different areas of wellness in our district, anything from the services provided by our social workers to social emotional learning, PBIS, counseling, PE, nutrition, mental health, and health services. Mental health at PUSD also looks at the counseling services that our schools provide. We have included the counseling web pages for all of our district schools on this page, so students can go directly to their school to see what the services are and how to access them at their individual school sites. So that's the main wellness website at PUSD. The next thing I wanted to show you is accessing Foothill's counseling webpage. So from Foothill's main website, if you go to counseling and click on the counseling tab, that will take you to Foothill's main counseling website. And we have all kinds of information here for you, including academic planning. So of course, this is really important for any students wanting to look into. So this page highlights, again, there's the student tip line where students can call if they have a concern about any students that they want us to be aware of. There is a hyperdoc with wellness and self-care resources, so all kinds of topics in there, as well as a bunch of hotline numbers that students can either text or call for additional support. And what we're really excited about is our virtual wellness center. So we were really bummed when we could not have our grand opening for the wellness center at Foothill because of COVID. And luckily, we were able to make a virtual wellness center.
Hi everyone, I'm Sue, the support counselor at Amador Valley High School, and I'm here to present about our counseling department, more specifically about support counseling. Like I mentioned before, we also do some small group counseling. I actually, as a support counselor, I'm going to be starting a coping skills group for freshman students in particular, starting in September. So as a freshman student, if you have interest in participating in my virtual coping skills group, please let me know. Email me. We do some crisis and conflict mediation. This may look very different in remote learning, but when we were in class in person, sometimes there may be some crisis situations and there might be some conflicts that arise. As a support counselor, it's sometimes it's something that I often have to join in or try to alleviate. So it's something that I do, and I actually really enjoy coming into a situation and really helping students work things out. We do classroom presentations, kind of like the one that I'm doing now. We connect you with resources. Like I said, we don't provide long-term therapeutic services, but if it is something that you and your family are interested in, we can refer you to our district social workers. We have a great team that work a lot with our community resources. So they may know organizations, they might know local agencies to provide therapeutic services. We also work with Care Solace, which is a great database. It's linked here in the presentation, but if you ever want to take a look and check it out, feel free to click on it. But Care Solace is an organization that we collaborated with, and it kind of, what's the word I'm trying to look for? It kind of fine tunes the selection process on their therapy. So oftentimes, one of the things that I hear a lot as a support counselor is that sometimes families don't know where to start. Like, well, where do I go about finding a therapist, or how do I do that? CareSol has a great organization of data. You go in there and you click on the link. It asks you, what are we looking for? Is it related to anxiety? Are we looking for long-term therapy? Are we looking for maybe rehabilitatory services? So whatever that we're looking for, there's search. It helps refine the search, and I believe you can even refine the search to how far you want the agency to be. You can look within 50 miles. You can look within 25 miles, and what happens is after you enter all that search points, it'll then give you a list of possible options. And of course, Care Solace, what they do is they're like a concierge service, so they'll actually even help you contact all these different services to see if, are they accepting new clients? And what they'll do is they'll remain in contact with the district social worker and with you to then find an agency that is available and that is looking and accepting new clients. So that way you can then get connected with mental health services. So it's a pretty cool service. So again, this is just one aspect of what we do. We do connect you with resources. And then lastly, we also do wellness focused workshops. So throughout the school year, we'll do it during access time, but with remote learning, we're also planning on doing it maybe during access time or our intervention and support period. And that's on Wednesdays. We do have plans on holding either like live Zoom sessions, or we might even just do a recording and then sharing it and pushing it out to students. So keep in mind, these services are going to look a little different during remote learning, but we're very much wanting to offer the same services that we always offer. So as counselors, a lot of things kind of come up, and oftentimes we see patterns. For example, we have a lot of conversations about transitions and changes with students. And as freshman class, that in itself is a transition, right? Transitioning from middle school to high school. We often have a lot of conversations about relationships and friendships with students, right? So remember those conflict mediations that we often get involved in. Oftentimes our relationships and friendships, we run into hiccups. And it's also something that we talk about with a lot of students.